Okay, welcome, welcome. It's a really warm, hot day in Santa Cruz, and it's really nice to have a space to ground in and cool down. So we're gonna start in child's pose. So go ahead and come onto your wide knees, let your arms extend out, let your head drop. And I invite you to let go of all that's happened today. Yeah, okay. And just releasing the to-dos, letting go of all that you've taken care of, letting go of other people and screens and cars, letting go of what's going to happen later on. Let yourself really arrive and land right here into this moment. Feeling the cool, grounding earth welcoming you, supporting you, and you can begin to exhale out whatever you don't need to compost away. And let your palms turn open now. Let your heart and head stay relaxed and feel this gesture of receptivity. What do you want to call in, welcome in for this time in your practice, for this moment in your life, for this opportunity to get present in your body? And in that welcoming, I offer up a space to connect with your heart. And staying right there, let your elbows walk forward, bring your palms together, let your heart and head melt a little more in this gesture of reverence, of gratitude. And the way this brings even a sense of balance as your palms touch, you feel that center place. Three more breaths here, welcoming in some gratitude for being healthy enough to be right here, right now. For having this time and space to tend to your inner world, to your well-being. And slowly release your hands down, come onto hands and knees. Let your hands spread underneath your shoulders, knees underneath your hips. We'll take some slow cat-cows. And I invite you, if you want to close your eyes or have a soft gaze, moving slowly, feeling into this moment in your body, warming up your spine. And it's interesting time we're in as the world is opening up a bit more. There's more doings, more gatherings, more cars. And there might be that tendency to get back into an old, familiar, moving fast. So coming here onto your mat, I invite you to let yourself slow down enough to really feel into a sense of settledness and presence. And in slow circles, let your head and your hips circle around. You can feel your whole torso like a barrel roll. Nice strong arms. And as always, if anything I guide or offer doesn't work for you, please listen to what your body wants and needs today. And then circle the other way. I've been around a lot of cats lately, and you just can welcome in that feeling. They're so loving, and they love to be pet, the ones I've been around, like a cat that's just drinking in sweet touch, the inner purr. I often say, wouldn't it be sweet if we purred? Well, we can. Means it's like an obvious sign we're enjoying ourselves. Open your knees, walk your hands up, and start to circle your hips here, nice and slow. Inhale, bring your chest forward. Exhale, hips back. Let your head relax. Feel free to close your eyes here or have a soft gaze, moving in a way that feels really opening, delightful. You can even slow it down, feeling into the back, feeling into the chest. And switching directions. Nice and slow this way. Maybe we'll come. Slowing it down even a little bit more, lingering in any sweet spots. And let your hips end up over your knees, tuck your toes, pull your belly and walk your fingertips forward, lift your wrists. So it's like a down dog on your knees with spider hands. And let your heart and head melt, yet keep that low back nice and full. And let's exhale a lion's breath out. Out the mouth. 2 more, releasing for maybe you need the heat of the day, anything that was just you want to let go of. Busy mind, traffic, future. Exhale, let it go. Walk your hands back under your shoulders. Your toes already tucked. Lift your knees and press back downward facing dog. Take a nice slow walk, pedaling out the legs. Let the head release, taking a slow little figure 8 in the pelvis. Feel that space between the hips and the ribs. Nice strong arms. Switch your figure 8 another direction or 2. And play with different dimensions of the circle of the figure 8. And then it becomes like a little belly dance, down dog. Bend the right knee when you're ready. Look under the left arm. Really stretch that left heel down. And then switch. Bend the left knee. Look under the right arm. Let your head relax, bend both knees. Look at a point on the wall behind you or a spot behind your big toes on your mat. Take a big breath. Exhale, lion's breath. 2 more, starting to straighten your legs if you're ready. And if you just joined, welcome. You can do a little warm up to cat-cow. And we'll meet back in down dog. And let's actually all come to our knees for another moment to give our wrists a little stretch and also for anyone who just arrived to have a moment to land. So we're going to turn the hands around, shoulders pull back, dig your knuckles down. This is really good if you've been typing a lot or just on your little device. Shoulders pull back, belly draws in, going back to that sweet spot and pause. 2 more breaths. Giving thanks for all these hands. Create, give, share, receive. Turn them back around, back to downward dog. And take a walk up to your feet. Let your feet open up hip width apart. Bend your knees and dangle over. Let your head release. And sway a little side to side. Feeling into that nice extended spine. Your head dangling like a ripe coconut. Just letting it go. Letting any busyness in the mind lingering drain out. You can let sighs out throughout. You can flutter your lips. You can make a lion's breath. And then bend your right knee. Take your right hand out in front of you. Reach your left arm up. So you're keeping your hips level. Give your wrist a circle here, loosening up those joints. Being mindful of the movements. And the other way. And then a big stretch, nice open heart. Exhale, release, bend your left knee. Take your left hand down right in front of you. Make a long triangle, reach your right arm up. Circle your wrist around here. Find that space in your neck, other way. And a big reach. Exhale, forward fold. Hold your shins, bend your knees, spread your 10 toes out, look halfway up. Exhale, take your hands behind your legs, Uttanasana, forward fold. Pick your shoulders up, roll them back, drawing the belly in. Inhale, lift halfway up. Exhale, fold it over. Bend your knees, reach your arms back like you're going to ski down a hill and just pulse a little bit. Actually, let your palms face the floor so your big wings. Strong in your center. You feel that lightness through your upper body and then stay in the squat. Reach your arms back, interlace your fingers. Lift your chest. Exhale, forward fold. So let your knees bend a little or a lot to start. Let your feet ground. Sit bones go high and then squeeze those fingers together. The shoulders stay on the back and breathe into that open chest, back body, the head go. 2 more breaths. You root through your feet, you lift through your sit bones. You can start to straighten those legs if there's space. Just be careful you don't lock them. And then bend the knees, reach your hands to your shins. Look halfway up, release, ragdoll over. So you've been hanging over a little bit. Go slow, tuck your chin, look at your navel as you round up vertebrae by vertebrae. Stacking the spine. Once you're up, go slow, let your head go straight, roll your shoulders up and back, 3 big circles. Good, and then open up your palms, soften your knees, close your eyes for a moment or soft gaze, and let yourself ground. I am also a contact dancer and got to go to a class recently where we tuned into our pelvis and our feet. And it was such a nourishing, strengthening energy I felt. So you can just feel that grounding down through your legs, breathing up to your belly, your pelvis, then grounding back to the earth all the way down to the center of the earth. And from there, breathe all the way back up your legs, into your pelvis, and then like a wave to your heart. You can start to straighten the legs, just let there be a slight micro bend. Keep your eyes closed or soft as you inhale, reach your arms out, feel the air. Let this be a mindfulness moment. Let your palms touch, bring your hands to your heart. 2 more times like this, remembering what you were calling in at the beginning or coming back to anything you want to welcome in. Inhale, reach out like you're gathering those qualities, that vibration, that energy right into your center. Coming home to you. As long as you inhale, let your movement be that long. Feel the warmth of your palms right back to your heart center. Stay here for a moment, staying inward, eyes closed or soften. Let yourself grow an inch taller. Feel your inner body brighten. And see if you can take this quality with you as we begin to move a little more. Opening your eyes, come to the front of your mat. Let your hands release down. You can have your big toes touching, heels a little bit apart, or feet can be a little more hip width. Inhale, reach up. Gaze up, exhale, spread your wings, keep looking up as you fold forward. You can bend those knees, you can hold the shins, lift halfway up. Exhale, release over, strong legs, sweep those arms up. Same mindful movement, grow tall. Root down, rise up, hands to heart. Let your breath be your guide. Inhale, graceful dance. Gaze up, spread your wings, diving forward. Inhale, look up. Exhale, step back, down dog. Just keep it easy this first time. Bend your knees, a little turbo dog. Take a breath, exhale, lion's breath, straighten those legs. Lift your heels and wave to plank pose. You might need to wiggle your feet back. Strong in your center, and then float back downward dog. Ground the thumb mounds. Inhale, wave to plank. You can always modify this anytime. You can add something, take something away. Exhale. See what feels good in your body. 1 more time, wave it forward. Heart draws forward, heels draw back. And then drop your knees, come all the way down onto your belly. You can go chest first or one steady plank. Cobra pose. Inhale, rise up. So let your elbows stay bent. Exhale, lower down. Spread and ground your toes. Inhale, so come up just a little bit. So you're using more your back than your arms. Exhale, wave it down. This time, rise up, look left. Keep those hip points rooted. Keep the elbows in. Exhale, wave it down. Rise up, look over that right shoulder. Shoulders melt, heart brightens. And lower down. Come onto your top toes, press onto your knees around your back. And then lift those knees downward facing dog. 3 big breaths, bend the knees to start moving your sit bones back. And then exhale, you can start to straighten those legs. You can let those sounds out. Feel the heart press back to the thighs spin back. One more big breath. The end of that breath, a step, a walk, or a light hop up to the top, however you want to get there. Inhale, find a long spine. Exhale, fold it over. Strong legs, strong center, reach out. Ground down as you sweep up. Palms touch. Hands to prayer. Feel that mountain pose, centered, present. Release it down. Inhale, reach up. Keep those shoulders down. Exhale, keep looking up as you extend forward. Inhale, get long. This time we're going to step or hop back to plank pose. You can go gracefully, look forward, either knees, chest, chin, or one solid plank. Either to your belly cobra, or you're welcome to roll through up dog onto your toes. Again, bend your elbows a little bit, spread your hands, and down dog. Look at your feet, check that they're hip width apart. So if you see your inner heels, go ahead and spin them out. Bend your knees, it feels so good. Let's lion breath it out again. So make a sound. 2 more like that. You can start to straighten those legs. Release that next layer. 1 more big breath. Let it go. Step or hop to the top. Inhale, long spine. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, rise up. Grow tall. Hands to prayer. Step your feet together. Big toes touching. Bend your knees. Chair pose, Utkatasana. Take your left arm back, your right arm forward. Squeeze your knees together, squeeze your thighs together, sit an inch lower. Pull your belly back. And then bring those arms up, chair pose. Reach it back, airplane. Wings go back, lift your heart, back to chair. Switch, right arm back, left arm forward. Keep your hips squeezing in, chest break. Both arms back up. Bring it back. Stay here, lift your heart slowly so you can lift your heels. Drinking bird, feel those big wings we felt a moment ago. Lift chest, sit those hips an inch lower, drop the feet, touch the floor, chair, and stand tall. Hands to prayer, take a big breath. Exhale, back to Utkatasana. Reach those arms up, this time palms touch. Exhale, through the midline, forward fold. Release the head, inhale, look up. Step your right leg back to a lunge. Frame your front foot, look forward, inhale. Make sure your left knee is over your left ankle. Inhale, straighten the front leg. Exhale, glide into your lunge. Of course, you can really come onto those fingertips. You can always modify and drop your back knee. Inhale, straighten. Into your lunge, ground your hands. Take your left leg up to the sky, one-legged dog. Open up the left hip. Let your right foot ground and either take some ankle circles and or some hip circles. You can drop the knee down and move it around. You can just wiggle the foot around. Nice, strong arms. Moving with presence and intention. Stack the hips under your right arm. Straighten the leg and lower the foot down. Inhale, float the right leg up. Look way up between your hands. Take a very big step all the way through. If it doesn't come up, your foot all the way to your knee, wiggle it up. Inhale, forward. And straighten. Inhale, glide through, chest reaching forward, and come onto those fingertips. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale, and then come back into your lunge. Ground your hands, your right leg to the sky. Open up the right hip. Bend the knee. Let the foot on the floor land and start to circle your right ankle and or your right hip. Moving with breath. Nice, slow, conscious movements. Or maybe stillness feels better for you. It's always your practice. See what feels good in your body and then stack the hip, look under your left arm. Straighten the right leg and lower it down, down dog. Pedal out those legs. Feel a little more blood flowing through them. Walk the feet back to a long dog. Lift your heels and wave to plank pose. Take a moment here, feel your strong center. Option to lift your left leg up. Option to bring your knee to your tricep. Option to bring it back. Well, goes up, bring it back, lower it down. Right leg up. Knee to tricep, that's your option. Float it back, lower it down. Come all the way down onto the belly. Always looking to drop your knees. Cobra pose, shoulders relax. Elbows snug in. Exhale, lower. Take your hands way out off your mat. So you're making a right angle on your elbows. Ground your hips and your toes, rise up. Find that easeful movement as you dip your right shoulder and look left. Then press up onto your fingertips. Finger pads, left shoulder dips, look right. And rise up and switch. Oh, I always love the way this feels right in the space between the shoulder blades and switch. We're gonna stay up on those fingertips in Cobra. Find a nice length of your spine, shoulders melt, and then curl your ears back. Feel your feet press and lengthen back, like a big mermaid tail. Exhale. Come onto your hands right underneath you, either through plank or through your knees. Press up and back, downward facing dog. Take a big breath and let it go. 2 more like that. If you ever need to drop to your knees and take child's pose instead of down dog, please do. Let yourself stay balanced, present in your mind. The end of your next breath, a walk, step, or a hop to the top. Eventually let your feet come back together. Inhale, look up. Exhale, bow. Bend your knees, come back to your chair. Squeeze those legs, reach the arms up. Utkatasana. And stand tall, hands to heart. Take a moment, feel your center, feel your balance. Shoulders melt. And then bend those knees back to chair. Reach the arms up. Take your left hand to your left thigh. I do this one quite a bit, it feels so good. Reach your right arm over and take a slow circle. You're staying low in your seat, like you're moving through water. Inhale, reach your arm up. Exhale, nice side stretch, and then all the way around, sit an inch lower, and then hook your elbow across, prayer twist. You can make a fist or a flat hand on the bottom, stack your top palm, and then lengthen your chest as you turn from your low belly, then your heart. If you have the space to open your arms, you're always welcome to take it a little further if that works for your body. You want to spread those wings, not just stay here. One more big breath. Exhale, forward fold, open your feet hip width apart. Spread your toes and pick up your big toe with your peace fingers. Grab in between your big toe. Inhale, look up. And then exhale, bend your elbows, let your head lengthen and pull your body into a nice long extension to the earth. Micro bend your knees or bend them a bit more and let the weight come forward on the feet. 2 more breaths. The end of your exhale, inhale, find that length. Release the hands, step your feet back together. Bend your knees back to Utkatasana, chair pose. Stand tall just a moment. Cactus your arms, press into your heels, look down as your chest rises. Squeeze your elbows into your shoulder blades and then curl up and back. Inhale, draw the belly and reach your arms up. Sit back, chair pose. Take your right hand to your right thigh, left arm up and over, and a nice slow circle, reaching around. With breath, like you're moving through water. So I go to some classes where the teacher calls out the breath. Go ahead and prayer twist. Yet everyone's different, so follow your rhythm. Let that be your guide. Begin to lengthen and open. And I always say you're the only one in your body, so you know what feels like your healthy edge. And there's so many variations and styles and ways we can do things. It's really finding what works best for you to optimize the energy flowing, to optimize your presence, your safety, your opening. So if you did spread your wings, you're welcome to do that here. And the other thing to consider is it's endless. There's always going to be somewhere else you can go. So that's where we get to settle and be right here. Letting the path be the goal. One more big breath. Exhale, release. Open those feet hip width apart. Bend the knees, slide your hands all the way under gorilla style. Lift your heart and then exhale. Step onto those wrists. Release the head. You can go left, right. You can nod up, down. And then let your head hang and let your shoulders drop out of your ears. A little extra press to the big toe mounds. Exhale, sigh sounds are always welcome. Letting go. 2 more breaths. Being right here, right now. Ground those feet. When you're ready, look up. Release your hands to your hips. Keep your feet parallel. Squeeze your hips with your hands. Draw your belly in and look down as you lengthen to rise up. Roll the shoulders back. Look down again. Bring your elbows in. I want you to press your hips down as you grow tall. And then lift up. Find your little arc up and back here. Instead of jutting your hips forward, think up. And then stand tall. Hands to prayer. Back to the front of your mat. Utkatasana. Sit low. Bring your arms up. And this time forward fold all the way over. Release. Look up, step or hop back to plank. Take another little flow here, either to cobra or up dog. Remember, you can add or skip anything. Back to down dog. Right leg floats up to the sky, knee to forehead. Just one time here. Float it up and take a very big step all the way through to your lunge. Drop your back knee. Climb up to your front leg. Roll the shoulders up and back, and then sit back for a moment. Scoop your tail and slide forward. Let's do that one more time. Inhale, sit nice and tall. Feel that center line right through your core. And sit down. Take your left arm up. Just for a moment, start to reach over to the side. And either bring your right hand to your right hip, if you can reach behind you, or it's quite a reach if you have a block or you have the space, you could reach to the floor. Make sure you're not collapsing in your hips. You're keeping them where they were a moment ago. Big reach. Take your right hand to your thigh, and we'll take our prayer twist here. We are warmed up from it, from the chair twist. Peel your belly off your leg. Option to lift your back knee. Steady your gaze. Let your breath begin to slow down, helping support the opening. Find that extra space between the shoulders and the ears. Get a little longer through the chest. Twist a little more. One more breath. Bring your hands back. Drop your knee if it's up. And then pull your toes back. If you need to wiggle your heel in, you can. Spread your foot out. Walk your hands forward. And then soften the heart and head here. You're welcome to bend that right knee for a little more support. See if you can pull your baby toes back. Try this now. Stick your right booty out to the right, or your right hip. And then scooch your right hip under you, and then lengthen your left kidney and crawl those fingertips an inch forward. 2 more breaths. On your inhale, look up, come into your lunge, ground your hands, lift your back knee, take your right leg up to the sky, open up the hip here. Should feel nice and spacious now, and release it to the floor. Use your breath, left leg floats to the sky, knee to forehead, pull it in. Load it up and a big step all the way through to a lunge. Drop your back knee. Make sure your knee again is over your ankle. Climb up to your front thigh. Pick your shoulders up, roll them back, move your waistline back. Feel the center line nice and tall. Keep that tall as you glide the hips forward. Inhale, sit nice and tall. Back toes tuck, or a little more of an anchor. Come forward, take your right arm up. Shoulders relax, and then you can move your hand to your hip, reaching over to the side. Maybe you reach for your back leg, or if it's available, reach to a block or the floor. Yeah, you're reaching towards your bent knee. Get long through your torso. Your left hand to your left thigh, elbow comes across. Prayer twist. Peel your belly off your thigh. You can stay right here or float your back knee up. Find your breath. A little more space for the chest to elongate. Beautiful. Slowly release your hands. Drop your knee if it's up. Make sure your left heel's right in front of your left hip, and then pull your hip back. Straighten your leg. You can always leave a little micro bend. Walk your hands forward and let your little toes spread out. Check it out. Make sure your foot isn't too sleepy up there. And then extend and soften over. Find that sweet spot where you can breathe into the opening. And then stick your left hip out and then pull the outer thigh and hip under you and then reach your right low back forward until you can find another inch to walk your hands forward. Then soften again. Make sure you're not locking your left knee. A little bend there is actually safer. Release right between the eyes and letting go. One more big breath. Can you melt the shoulders as well? And then gaze forward, come into your lunge, frame your foot, lift your back knee, left leg floats up light as a feather, and then open up that hip. Then release it down. Pedal out your legs, take a big breath, lion's breath it out. Step or hop to the top. You can always take a little walk there. Look up, exhale, fold. However you want to rise up, lengthen up or round up, just come up slow, palms touch, and hands to heart. So we're gonna do a little balance. We're gonna come onto the right foot, draw in and lift your left knee up. You're welcome to come to a wall and see about giving your ankle a little circle. Standing leg is a pillar, circle the other way. And then pull the leg in, take your right hand to your right hip. Stay here, or some of you can reach and see if your big toe is available. Again, feel free to hold a wall if you want to put that right hand on the wall. Option, if it's available, to straighten the leg out. If not, no worries, stay here or just stay here. Good, stand tall. Go slow. If you want to try and straighten out, but it's wobbly, maybe you hold a wall or maybe you leave a little bend in the knee. Option to take that leg out to the side. Again, you can do this with a bent knee. Pulling in, lift your chest and feel that pillar of your standing leg. That's going to help your balance. The other thing that helps is right below the navel. Hug in and up and your gaze. Slowly come back to center. Go ahead and hold underneath your thigh. Straighten your leg out, flex your foot. Reach your arms up for 3. You got it. Short and sweet. Grow tall 2. And release, bend your knees. Good job. Circle it around. Now we can really feel we got ankles. The other way. Good, and come back up. Spread your left foot out. So that's the first thing, your foundation. Steady and strong, and then pull the belly in and pull your right knee up. Take a slow circle here. Steady your gaze, steady your mind. Other way. Good, now stand tall. Left hand can go to hip. You can stay here or reach down and see if you can grab your big toe. That might be the next big step. Maybe you hold the wall, and if you're steady here, feel the pillar of your standing leg and begin to stretch your right leg out. Again, it can be slightly bent. Just lift your heart. Keep breathing. Take that bent or straight leg slowly out to the side. Make sure your hip doesn't hike up. The next challenge would be maybe you reach your arm out. Just know it's endless. Then you look to the side. Then you look up. Then you close your eyes. It doesn't end. Slowly come back to center. Take your hands under your thigh. Extend it out. We got this. You are stronger than you know. Reach your arms up for 3. Grow tall. Touch the sky. 2. Lift the leg. And release. Good dance. Bend the knee. And then give yourself a little relief in those ankles. Thank you, legs, feet, for carrying us around, and wiggle your tail feathers. Ah. And round up. Whew, and then just shake it all out. It feels good to wiggle sometimes. All right, back to the front of your mats. Hands to prayer. Just take a moment, come back to center. Close your eyes, relax your shoulders. Feel your breath, your heartbeat. Release your arms, open your eyes. Inhale, reach up. Gaze up, exhale, fold it over. Inhale, long spine. Step or hop back to plank. Take your slow flow, cobra or up dog. Like we're clearing the way. Down, down. And then float your right leg to the sky. Step all the way through. Plant your back foot down. Rise up, warrior 1. So you're facing your front leg. So we did a side stretch on the ground. We're going to grab the left wrist and stretch over to the right. Pull that right hip back. Good. Rise back up. Cactus your arms. Open your chest. Then reach your arms up, look straight ahead. Cactus, your arms come forward over your leg. Reach your arms over your ears, tuck your chin a little bit. Rise back up, open to the side, warrior two. Open to your left. Good, reverse, right arm up, left arm down. Let your shoulder relax, bend your top elbow, hold your head, let your head relax into your hand and bend your right knee a little more. Let your chest open. Keep the feeling as if your hand's gonna stay there, but release it back up. Warrior two. Straighten your front leg. Exhale, bend. Straighten everything, your arms and your leg, reach up. Exhale, hold here, let your shoulders relax. Feel your center, your ground. Feel the earth. Remember in the beginning, I talked about feeling the feet ground to the center of the earth. From there, breathe up into your pelvis. And from your pelvis, ground right back down, let it take you deeper. Your shoulders soften. And let your face soften. Slowly straighten your front leg. Exhale, bend, side angle, reach out to the right, take your elbow to your thigh, take your left arm over your ear. Let your heart blossom open as your right hip scoops under you. Any variation, if there's something calling you from here and you want to take a half or full bind, you want to reach to a block. If not, just stay here and fine tune the opening in your torso. Fine tune the space in your neck, the ease of your head, ease of your breath. Feel those feet supporting you as you reach a little further, and then slowly inhale, rise up, straighten your front leg, reverse triangle, press into your big toe. Stand tall, walk your back foot in so you're a little more stable. We're gonna shorten the legs and stay here for a triangle. Reverse again and feel a little more stable through your foundation. Rise up, same side you were just on, reach out, try and touch the wall across from you, and then bring your hand down to your shin. Stack your shoulders. Look down, and as you do, I want you to lengthen your heart and the tip of your crown away from your sit bones. Then turn and look straight ahead. Your shoulders drop back, and if you're gonna look up, tuck your chin and make sure your neck and head, that works for you. If not, just keep your head straight. You can even drop your right ear. And breathe here. You'll find many different schools of yoga that will offer this pose in a different way, and that's where I really encourage us all to find what feels best and most supportive and aligned in our body. Back to the energetic sense of gratitude and opening. One more big breath. Let that brighten your chest and let your top arm on your inhale pull you up. Reverse. Bend your right knee, swivel around, frame your foot, lift your back heel, take your right leg up to the sky, open up that hip, and if you're someone who likes to flip your dog, you're welcome to take it into a wild thing, you're welcome to just float your leg up, you're welcome to skip all that. Whatever you do, make sure it feels safe in your body. Then we'll meet back in down dog, drop to your knees, and take a slow cat-cow. Feel that way we started, very slow in cat-cow, coming back to real presence and tuning in. Good, and then back to down dog. We'll do the other side. Stretch it back. Bring your left leg up to the sky. Bring your knee to your forehead. Float it back up. Big step all the way through. Spin the right foot down. This is the other side, right? Just make sure you switch sides. And rise up. Grab hold of your right wrist and stretch to your left. Pull your left hip back. So I do opposite to the screen, and last time I didn't. So just make sure you feel and know that you're doing your second side. Come back up. Cactus your arms. Open your chest. Straighten it out, just your head and your arms. Inhale, cactus, come over your front leg about 45 degrees. Pull your navel in. Even a little fullness, like a cat back in your low back. Reach your arms over your ears. Ground from your back foot. This takes core strength. Rise up, open up to the right. Warrior two. Ah, hello. We've been here before. Straighten your front leg. Feel your center tall and then bend again. Now look down, make sure your knee is over your third toe. So you want to see at least a toe or two or three. Reverse. Bend your top elbow, hold your head, lean back a little bit. Make sure your back leg is nice and strong. Your back thigh presses back, and that gives you room to lift your chest away from the floor. Imagine your hand's gonna stay there, and then release it. Rise up, warrior two. Straighten everything up, inhale. Exhale. Good. Relax the shoulders, gaze out beyond your fingertips. See if you can settle and soften and roots. Just think about something you're really moving into or towards or embracing in your life, and feel if you can land and feel your strength, your endurance, infinite possibility when we know anything's possible and we're able to show up and really create it. Right here, sink a little deeper. Good, reverse one more time. Stay in the lunge. Feel that side body long. We're gonna keep that lengthwise up side angle, elbow to thigh. Right arm over your ear. Let your shoulder pull out of your ear. Feel that left hip scoop under you, feet steady, and then you spin open. And from here you can stay or take it in to match any variation you took on the other side. So if you took a side, half bind, where can you wake up a little bit more? Maybe it's just the energetic reach, it's the ground, it's the opening, it's the softening between your ears. One more big breath, and slowly release, straighten your front leg, press into your left big toe, reverse triangle, and stand tall. Walk your back foot up just a step or two so your wrists are about over your ankles, and reverse triangle here. So that side body is long, rise up, keep that length, reach out across the room. Keep that length, bring your hand down to your shin. Sometimes people want to get further and they go to the floor, but then there's a collapse. You want to be more in touch with the opening in your torso. So that might even mean coming up a little higher. Look down as you spin belly, chest open. And make sure, look down at your knee. Make sure your knee is also facing your middle toe. If you need to micro bend it, please do. And some people, triangle works better with a full bent knee. See where your body feels safe. And then look straight ahead. And see if it works to tuck your chin and look up. If not, just look down or straight or drop an ear. Breathe into that nice side body, finding even more space between hip and armpits. And then your top thumb's right above your nose. One more big breath. And then as you ground to your feet, let your next inhale pull you up. Reverse again. Oh yeah. Bend your front knee, swivel around, face that foot. Lift your back heel, take that front leg up, open it up, one-legged dog, or flip it if that feels inviting and you did on the other side. And release the feet down to the earth when you're ready. Take a little walk. Take a lion's breath, let it go. Drop to your knees. A cat-cow like it's the first one you've ever done. Feel it slow, all those spaces between the vertebrae, seeing the light of day. More prana, more breath. Take a little moment to free flow here. Maybe a little side to side. We're made of water. Your body have a moment to feel all that fluidity and eventually let it find its way back to a wide knee child's pose. See if you can dance your way there. Maybe your hips move around a little bit. Maybe your chest, neck, shoulders have a little sway. Feeling that watery, easeful movement, and let that take you into child's pose. Palms up or down, settle in and notice what's present. Notice what might have loosened up that you can now compost out. Or perhaps more space that you can breathe in and expand through. Feel that letting go. 2 more breaths. Letting go into something greater where you don't need to hold on to those things that you don't need to hold on to. And then come back to hands and knees. You're going to come to the knees underneath the hips. You're going to thread the needle. Left hand walks in just a little bit. The right arm reaches out like a wing and then thread it right behind your left wrist. Come with your head and ear an inch forward so you're not too close to your shoulder. Make a little spider hand with your left hand. You're welcome to tuck your toes for a little more of a balance. Press the right arm into the floor. Option to float your left arm to the sky or reach for your back and give a traction or reach around for your right thigh. Make sure you're not trying to turn from your head. Let your head relax a bit. Press your arm down and turn from your belly. Use the strength of the points on the floor. If you want to play with a little deepening in this, tuck your left toes back like your left leg's going to plank, and you can reach around and perhaps find the top of your mat with your left hand and pull your mat away from your back leg. One more big breath. Unwind step by step. However you got in there, come back to hands and knees. Take a moment and feel that. It's actually quite a deep twist. And give your tail just a little side to side. And then we'll switch. Right hand comes in just a little bit. Inhale your left wing out and come to the back of your left shoulder. And again, your shoulder is right behind your wrist. So you have space between your knees and your arm. Take your right fingertips like a little spider hand out to the side. So you can take your hand off your mat, almost out to where your other hand is. Your chest has room, stay there, or reach it up, or maybe around for your back or your pockets. Again, make sure you're not overturning your head. Relax your head and more press into your arm on the floor. Option to straighten your right leg and reach your right hand and hold your mat. If you didn't find your mat, you can also just reach it out in front of you or whatever feels best. Keeping the hips as level as you can, turning from the belly. One more big breath and then gently unwind back to hands and knees. Go slow, take a pause and feel that. And then a little sway, this time hips side to side and your ear can reach side to side to try and touch it. And then from there, a circle like we started class with your whole body making a barrel roll. Barrel roll the other way. And then come to neutral and find your legs out in front of you. Come onto your seat. Hello, derriere. We are there to the derriere. All right, get your legs out. Give them a little shake. And let's give our back a release before we do a forward fold. So bend your knees, interlace your fingers, and you round your back, tuck your chin, drop your shoulders. Press into your feet, inhale, lift your heart. Exhale, round. You can even squeeze the fingers and pull your belly back away from that. Rise up. And then sit tall. Extend your left leg out. Bend your right knee for Janushirasana. So I'll show you from the front. So your right knee is out, your left leg's out. And go ahead and lean to the right. Move the flesh of the left sit bone. Bring your left hand out. Reach your right arm up. So we did some side stretches. So that same feeling, like you're gonna do a side stretch, but then turn your belly towards your little toe. Reach for the outside of your leg. Some of you might be able to reach for your foot. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, extend out. Walk your hands out to your calf, your ankle, if you can grab your foot, or if you have a strap or even a shawl or a yoga mat bag sometimes. And then extend out, shoulders relax, soften the heart and head. And drop the shoulders out of the ears. Let your slow, deep breath take you in. Two more very slow, long breaths. Going perhaps even in a little more. Ground your sit bones. On your inhale, look up, reach your arms out, use your core, rise up. Turn to your bent knee, take your left hand to the outside of the thigh, flex your straight leg, walk your right hand behind you, sit tall. As you exhale, turn to a twist, look over your shoulder. Let your shoulders drop, and I want you to move into your low back. Feel that rooting through your sit bones, and as you root, grow an inch taller through your chest. Exhale, release, twist all the way around to your straight leg, unwind. Come back to center, bring both legs out, give them a little jiggle. And we'll switch. Bend your left leg. Lean over to the left, move the flesh to the right sit bone so you can feel nice and tall. Reach your arms up. Take your right hand to the floor like you're gonna do a side stretch. Reach and then turn the belly to the little toe. Reach out for your foot, your calf, wherever you can find. Lengthen and then keep that length as you extend out, grabbing whatever is available. You know, I would say it's endless. Eventually you grab your wrist, then you grab one block, then two blocks, then the never-ending story. So your story is right here, Morning Glory. Let yourself settle in. Where can you soften and where can you wake up? Maybe I find the space between the eyes is a good one to soften. Two more breaths. Keep the sit bones rooted. At the end of that second breath, look up, use your core, reach through your arms, rise tall. Turn to your bent knee, reach your right hand to the outside of the leg, flex your right toes, and then walk your fingertips back. Nice, happy feet. Sit tall as you move into your back body. Drop those shoulders. And then lift from your low body. Let your chin tuck a little bit so your lower body leads the way. One more breath, and then gently unwind the other way. Come back to center, bring your legs out, give them a little jiggle. And then come onto your hands and knees, back to down dog. We're gonna set up for pigeon pose. So if you know that pigeon pose is better for you on your back figure four, please take a moment and drop back down to the knees. If you wanna take pigeon from down dog, lift your right leg to the sky and bring your right knee to your right wrist. Tuck your back toes for a moment, sit tall. The variation I'll show in a moment if this doesn't work for you. Extend your belly, chest forward, and sprawl over. If that doesn't feel good in your knees for whatever reason or your back, just cross your right ankle over your left thigh and take a figure four. If you're coming into pigeon, you can relax your back toes. The same feeling we had in that previous pose, Jana Shirsasana. See if you can feel that extra length, almost like a slinky through your low back, and then extend and soften over. Let your left hip ground. This is a great pose to practice that the only way out is through, so let yourself be right here, opening those inner doorways. Slowing the breath down, feeling how the jaw relaxing supports the pelvis opening. Now I say if you've never checked that out, tighten your jaw and notice how your glutes feel, or tighten your glutes and notice how your face feels. And then relax it all. And yourself sink into the earth. A few more breaths here. Grounding, releasing, letting go. And after this next breath, inhale, help yourself back up. Tuck your back toes. Come onto your fingertips, either out in front of you or if there's space, bring them to the sides and lift your chest like a big cobra pose. And take your time, downward dog. If you're on your back, draw your knees in when you're ready. If you're in down dog, walk it out and use your breath to inhale your left leg up, bring your left knee forward. Start with the back toes tucked so you can check it out that your leg is behind you. Then lengthen out, relax your toes, sprawl your belly over and settle in. Let yourself be right here. And let yourself settle into that bigger something, that bigger energy that holds you, that you can relax into, feel supported by, expand out into. Where it's safe to let go and let that opening be here. And slow it down. Last few breaths, melt in a little more. Jaw relaxed. Face relaxed. One more breath. And help yourself back up. Retuck your back toes. Take your time to crawl those hands back up, either in front of you or if there's space by your sides. Inhale, curl up, find that sweet heart opening, a nice back bend here to your edge. Take your time, last down dog. Pedal it out. Feel how different it is in your first down dog. Lion's breath it out. Drop to your knees, chest, chin down, like a little inchworm, come onto your belly. Take a little sphinx pose. Drop your chin, come onto your elbows. Let your head relax and feel how that does a little bit of a curve in your upper back. I used to never say do this, but actually it's another way. Get a little stretch and then we'll shift it in a moment. Spread your fingers and you're gonna pull the skin of the forearms towards the chest and then let your gaze look up out in front of you. Slowly open the elbows, relax your head down. We do one more back bend, then we're gonna wind it down. Bring your arms back, interlace your fingers, lift your chest. Tuck your chin, stay here or lift your legs. Get nice and long. Spread your toes, push the balls of the feet back like you're flying over sweet lands in the middle of summer. We're almost to the longest day of the year. All that light, let it brighten you, get a little taller, a little longer, and release, relax your cheek. Let it go. Bring your hands underneath you, use your core, press back child's pose. Last one. Let yourself settle for a moment here. Release and breathe into your back. And slowly help yourself all the way down onto your back. Go gracefully. Draw your knees in. Let your chin relax. Squeeze it in. And just take a moment here. Any last thing you need. There's plenty of options. You can take happy baby. Grab your ankles. You can keep it simple and circle your knees. Take a twist. Drop your knees to the side. Feel into your body. Coming near the end, if you can stay a few more minutes after we do this, we'll take a final rest. Tuning in what would be helpful so you can let it all go. What does your body need? Breathe into your back, feel the earth. And before you sprawl it all out, you can make a little bundle, lift your head up and squeeze it all in. And then let your body extend out, wiggle it all out. Take that wiggle into the floor. Final relaxation. Open up your palms, close your eyes. Feel your heart, your belly soft. And let the sweet, welcoming support of the earth hold you as you drop in and receive. Receiving the blessings, the benefits of everything you just did. Softening, settling, letting go even more. You do not have to be good. You do not have to walk on your knees for 100 miles through the desert repenting. You only have to let the soft animal of your body love what it loves. Tell me about your despair, and I will tell you mine. Meanwhile, the world goes on. Meanwhile, the sun and the clear pebbles of the rain are moving across the landscapes, over the prairies and the deep trees, the mountains and the rivers. Meanwhile, the wild geese, high in the clean blue air, are heading home again. Whoever you are, no matter how lonely, the world offers itself to your imagination, calls to you like the wild geese, harsh and exciting, over and over, announcing your place in the family of things. You only have to let the soft animal of your body love what it loves. Let yourself feel into that softness right inside your own skin. Let your breath begin to slowly expand into that state. Letting that light and that energy move all the way through your bones and your tissues, out to your skin and into your field of energy. Begin to slowly let your attention come back into this moment, into this space. Feeling the gift of your form, invite some gentle movement. Feeling the connection of fingers and toes, that layer of connective tissue that's like a web throughout our whole body. Slowly take a nice stretch, like a cat softly waking up from a sweet rest. Moving into a nice reach out, feeling the ground and the air. Let your knees hug into your chest. Give yourself a sweet squeeze. What a gift to have this form, to feel into, to breathe into, to open into. Let your body take a roll to the side for a moment. Just wrap yourself up in an invisible blanket that you can take with you to remind that soft animal of your body to continue to love what it loves. Let yourself gently come up to a final seat. Staying inward, staying gentle. Let your hands meet in front of your heart, this place of balance and center and gratitude. And really thank yourself for being right here this time you took to care for you, for your well-being. Feel that earth holding you, and just see yourself taking what's useful with you and leaving what's not behind. And take another moment and just offer a blessing out wherever you want to send it. Be a little more of that loving presence out into the world. That reminder to stay in awareness, not get ahead of ourselves, to move with that sweet, kind presence. And with that, we can honor this time together. Thank you so much for being here. And bow for this practice. Namaste.